And as a reminder, we're raising some money to make a donation to Copan for Sakadawa. So you can go to our website and direct a donation there. And good morning, Venerable Katy. So great to see you.
Good morning, Matt. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Matt, do you have that Tara image handy?
I do.
Oh, great. I thought we would do Tara again today. This time we'll do with mantra rather than with the praises.
Okay.
Given that was the practice, I think the Geshe-la requested everyone do. So it does sound like he's on the mend, right?
Sounds that way, yes.
Bend. Yeah. Okay, that's really nice. All right, it's early. Okay, so lovely to see everyone. So let's just settle into our meditation posture. So first of all, check your feet. Make sure if your feet are flat on the floor, make sure your legs aren't crossed. And if you're sitting on a cushion, just have your legs crossed in a comfortable position. And if you are able to sit even for a second in the full Vajra posture with both feet over opposite thigh, that's great, but don't injure yourself if you can't do that. His Holiness just says it's very auspicious if you can do it even for a second. And then if you are sitting on a comfy couch or a comfy chair, try not to lean back into the back of that chair or couch. It's best if we can just hold ourselves up for the time being during the meditation. So just check the hands in the meditation mudra, and then check your whole sacrum is not sort of collapsed back. So it needs to be upright. So you can put a little cushion under the coccyx to help do that. And then shoulders over the hips. And just imagine now we have this string of pearls made of light, reaching from the base of the spine, the coccyx, all the way up, through the body, up through the crown of the head. And you can imagine there's somebody above the crown of the head, very gently lengthening this string of pearls. If you can just feel yourself, just very gently, just stretching. And don't force anything. It's almost like you're uncrinkling a receipt that was in your pocket. Just very gently ironing out the creases. The head slightly tipped forward, eyes down to a spot in front of you about 2 inches ahead. You can have your eyes open or closed. And if you're feeling a bit sleepy, you can just crack your eyes open just slightly to let some light in. Dip the tongue on the roof of the mouth and relax the jaw. And let's just go to the crown of the head. Just relax the scalp. And then forehead. And the eyes. And just relax those muscles at the back of the eye. Your cheeks and nose, and your temples, your mouth and the jaw and the ears. And then just go to the back of the head and relax the scalp at the back of the head. Relax the neck and the shoulders. chest, the belly, the arms, the hands, fingers, legs and feet and toes. And then just check you haven't slumped. So we want to be nice and straight. Not forcing anything, just in kind of relaxed, not slumped. Bring the mind to the breath, just very gently breathing in. Notice the sensation of the cool air as it flows across the entrance to the nostrils. And then slightly warmer air as you're breathing out. And we just think we're going to be doing this practice of Tara today with mantra to help remove all the obstacles to people recovering from COVID, just to remove the obstacles around the world for people who are suffering from COVID. When we're thinking also everybody at Kopan, people we may know in Nepal, all the monks and nuns, their relatives. And think of Geshe-la, who's getting better now. And particularly pray that there's no long-term effects. And we're doing this also so we can be of benefit to all sentient beings and for our own future enlightenment. So just bring the mind to the breath before we start. And if there's any sounds around you, just allow them to be there. It's part of your soundscape. Try not to have the mind go off and investigate. You'll notice thoughts arising, falling. Again, allow them to be there. Try not to make a story. Try not to follow a line of thinking. Just keep bringing the mind back to the breath. And there may be certain odors around, certain smells, whether it's people making breakfast, something outside. Again, just allow all these external sensations to be there. Now visualize Tara in the space in front of you. And there's a really nice image here drawn by Rinpoche when he was quite young. So you can open your eyes and look at that if you need to. So she would be about 6 to 8 feet in front of you, around about the level of your forehead, the same as we do with Shakyamuni Buddha meditation. She's this beautiful emerald green, radiant green, translucent. as she's seated on a lotus and a moon. She is a manifestation of all the Buddhas, omniscience, love, and compassion. So just remember, as we say, she's not solid, it's translucent, radiant, brilliant, made of light. So you can imagine that this is also, if you have a teacher, a lama, or a trusted mentor, this is the mind of your teacher manifesting here in this form for your benefit. Her left leg is drawn up, signifying her complete control over desire. Her right leg is extended, and this indicates that she is ready to rise to the aid of all sentient beings very, very quickly. So she's ready to take action. Her left hand is at her heart in the refuge gesture. So this is the palm facing outward with the thumb and a ring finger joined and the remaining 3 fingers raised. Her right hand is on her right knee in the gesture of granting sublime realizations, the palm facing outward with the fingers loosely pointing down. In each hand she holds the stem of a blue utpala flower. And this is the symbol of unblocking the central channel. Excuse me. So you can imagine she's dressed in these beautiful flowing silken garments, sort of royal Indian style. She's wearing many, many beautiful jewels and ornaments. So you can imagine how they would be, just sparkling, glistening, again made of light. And her smiling face radiates love and compassion. You can imagine she's looking at you and all sentient beings. This incredible acceptance, non-judgmental. Knows you, understands you, just accepts you for who you are. So now all around you, all sentient beings in human form are surrounding you. So the people that you are close to, these people are behind you as a support. The people that you feel have harmed you, people you don't like, are in front of you, eye to eye. And all the people that you don't really know, the strangers, they're sort of all either side of you. And you're completely surrounded by all sentient beings, as far as the eye can see. So I'll just recite this prayer. You can imagine that we're all saying this prayer, including all the people that we're visualizing. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my practice of giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my practice of giving and the other perfections, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my practice of giving and the other perfections, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment and anger that hold some close and others distant. Now recall any special requests that you want to make. Perhaps it's success in your spiritual or worldly activities. In this case, we think of the health and long life of Geshe-la and of your relatives, friends, yourself, anything at all that you want. And so with these needs in mind, we'll recite the mantra. And so as you recite the mantra, visualize rays of light with nectar running down them, sort of like raindrops running down a wire, emanating from the point where Tara's left thumb and ring finger touch. Remember, these are at her heart. And the rays and nectar flow continuously, reaching you and all the beings surrounding you. And these are purifying your hindrances to Dharma practice and the obscurations to liberation and enlightenment. So remember the problems of all the people that you're praying for. And think also of all the suffering and the troubles being experienced by the sentient beings surrounding you. So you can imagine people, the Israelis and the Palestinians right now, people fighting wars, people who are not well or lonely, people who are full of anger and pride or jealousy. And everybody is suffering from COVID. And you can imagine as the light rays and nectar enter their bodies and minds, their suffering and the causes of their suffering are completely extinguished. So you just imagine this time, this is, first of all, this is white nectar and light. Om Tare Tu Tare Tu Re Soha. 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 Now think how amazing. You can imagine that all sentient beings have been liberated. So you can think really with deep conviction, try and think Tara has accepted your requests and answered your prayers. So now again, we're going to recite the visualization, recite the mantra. And this time we visualize that you and all beings become one with Tara. So this time with each mantra, Visualize or imagine an identical Tara emanating from the Tara in front of you and dissolves into you and everybody else, and that you become one with Tara's holy body, speech, and mind. So remember Tara and your Lama. So you become one with Tara, and the mind of your Lama all becomes one. Om Tare Tu Re Soha. 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 So you can imagine now the lotus and the moon dissolve up into Tara. And Tara comes to the crown of your head, facing the same direction as you, dissolves into light. This kind of melts into you through the crown of your head. So you can imagine you're filled with this blissful, radiant, green light, action, healing, compassion, wisdom, getting ready for the day. Getting ready to help sentient beings, to be of assistance where we can. Thinking before we speak. Thinking before we act. So we have a couple of minutes. We'll just meditate. Just keep the mind on the breath. So I just think we've created a really huge amount of really positive energy in this last very, very short 30 minutes. It's gone really quite fast. So it's incredible what you can do in a short amount of time that's beneficial. So you can dedicate this positive energy to anybody you know who's sick, particularly dedicate to Geshe-la for his continued recovery, and for all the monks and nuns at Kopan, for everybody all over the world who's suffering from COVID, who've lost relatives and friends who can't get into hospital. Just dedicate this positive energy for them so that help can come quickly. All the people in the Middle East, any friends or relatives that you know have passed away, or people who you know are suffering, and for yourself, for your own future enlightenment. So due to the merits of these virtuous actions, may I quickly attain the state of Tara and lead all living beings without exception into that enlightened state. And may the supreme jewel bodhicitta that has not arisen arise and grow. And may that which has arisen not diminish, but increase more and more. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody. Well done. Fantastic. Thank you so much, everyone. So nice to see you all. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you,
Thank
Matt.
you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.